Hi, I am Sipokazi Makola. I am a mentor at Greyville Fashion Skills Academy, and I take my first years for creative direction. So when we received the Durban July theme for 2025, or the brief for 2025, which had the theme Marvels of Mzansi, the interpretation that we came up with was basically what the brief says, which is the marvels of Mzansi, the things that make South Africa or Mzansi marvelous. So that would then incorporate, yes, our tourism, that's the obvious one. We would incorporate our history, our rich history. We looked at our cultures, not necessarily our ethnic cultures, which is, yes, that's part of it, but also the subcultures that came from our history and the cultures that we have. So cultures like your Amapianos. We also looked at the cultures that were present then as well, that sort of became like the predecessor of where we are currently. So you have there's Ubuntu also as well as part of the culture. Like these were like the predecessors of like your Mapianos now, your Skatanis now. We looked at the fashion back then. So we basically asked our students to think of the things that make us marvelous, the things that make us who we are in South Africa. So she interpreted in her own way, which obviously gave birth to what we see now.
Hey, my name is Mzansi, and this is my 7th July creation. I wanted to do something about jazz. Then later I changed, but I know I don't relate a lot with that topic. So I went for the Majestic Mountain, because I'm from the Eastern Cape, and I just wanted to bring a bit of me, a piece of me, to this 7th July. From the color choice to the aesthetic silhouette. So if you could look at my garments, you could see we do have a bit of structure. So I wanted that to mimic my mountains that I spoke about. If you could see here in this detailing, I wanted this to. Have you been in a situation where, okay, not a situation, when you keep traveling, sometimes see an exposed stone, right, with water falling on the mountain. So I just wanted to mimic that piece here. So how I achieved this is I used popsicle sticks, ice cream sticks, the ones that you find in a bargain basket. I bought and a gold and bronze spray paint to achieve this part to mimic the fog. So as my title says, Majestic Mountains, every piece of mountain, famous mountain is expressed in this garment, from the Table Mountain, like the tablecloth on top of the mountain. That's what I wanted to achieve with this. So if we go to my skirt, I wanted it to mimic Utugela. There are a few fabric manipulations that I did. So first, if you could see, I'm not sure if the camera is picking up. So I did a bit of dyeing with red. See, to have an ombre. A bit of gold spray was painted. I'm not sure if you could see that. You could pick up that. So to achieve that. So with the skirt, I wanted it to mimic a bit of a current, the river current. You see,
So I was the one who was taking my students for the Hollywood Durban July. It was a rough ride. It was a tough one, especially dealing with people who haven't sewn anything before, because I sent my first years for the Durban July, and luckily I have one who's in the top 25. She did pretty well. There was a lot of unpacking, a lot of hard work, a lot of tears, a lot of everything actually, but we made it, we did it, and I'm so proud of her. Yeah, I think that's about it.